Hello everyone. Welcome to Confessions Jury, where people put themselves on the spot, waiting for your judgment. Sit comfortably and listen carefully, as you're about to hear today's cases. You hold the hammer and you apply the law. Let us have your verdict down in the comments section. As always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Let's head on to our first case. Case 1. Am I the bad person for not giving my relatives free legal services as a lawyer because they've always treated me as the black sheep? My family is currently upset with me and I don't think I'm in the wrong. I grew up in a shitty town in Florida. No one in my family ever went to college. The general mindset in my family is to live life in the moment. Everyone's pretty outgoing. My parents are part of Mardi Gras crews, my siblings all played sports. They're generally a fun bunch. But I never really fit in. As a kid I liked to read, and I focused really hard on school. I hated going outside, and I especially hate the heat. I played chess, and was on the debate team. My family all kind of gave me shit for all of this. They never really made an effort to do things I enjoy, but my parents loved to go to my siblings' sports games. They wouldn't come to my debates. It was the same for all of my cousins and other extended family. As I got older, I focused on my education and my career. I've drifted apart from my family. They only call me when they want something at this point in my life. I'm now happily married, and I have my own practice as a family law attorney. My husband is a judge in the neighboring county. Over the last few years, I've had several extended relatives reach out to me for legal help or questions. I always brush them off and tell them I'm too busy. I don't feel obligated to help because once again, they only reach out to me because they want something from me. Recently though, my sister lost custody of her kids to her ex-husband. Apparently her lawyer was not so great, so now she only has every other weekend. My sister has a messy past that was drug into court. My older sister called me begging me to represent her for free and help her get her kids back. I was honest with her, I don't even know her kids and I don't really care if she has them or not. I pointed out that she hasn't called me in years, and yet now she's asking for me to do her a massive favor, for free. I told her no. My mother called me to shame me for not helping my sister and for not helping any of my other relatives when they've asked. I asked her when was the last time any of them called me even just to see how I'm doing. I pointed out that my cousin is a landscaper. He could have offered to do yard work for me in exchange for legal services, but instead he just called me up asking for free help. My sister could have offered something, or at least asked to pay me back later, but instead she expects free work. Which isn't even free, seeing as I have an office to pay for, paralegals to pay, bills to pay. I kind of went off on her, and she ended up just hanging up the phone on me. Am I the bad person? What do you guys think? Lay down your ruling in the comments section and let's move on to our next story. Case 2. Am I the bad person for refusing to babysit for my siblings anymore and telling my family they can't use me as free childcare and treat me like shit for being an unwanted pregnancy? I, 16M, have 4 older siblings who are 11 plus years older than me. My parents were finished at 4 kids. My dad got a vasectomy, and then 6 years after it my mom found out she was expecting me. She was 13 weeks when they found out, and I was always told if she'd been earlier she would have aborted me. My siblings hated that our parents had another kid. They're all close enough, but with me I feel like a stranger, and it's not just the age gap. They used to call me Mom and Dad's mistake and Mom and Dad's oops and stuff like that. They'd come home for Christmas and ignore me or make comments about me. They'd buy gifts for each other and nothing for me. My parents also treated me like a burden. When I was younger they'd call me whiny and ask why I couldn't read my own bedtime stories or why I wanted to sit with them. If I asked for a hug they'd make it such a big deal and say they just wanted me to go away and be quiet in my room. When I had a bad day they were too busy to hear me out. Most times they would eat without me too. And sometimes I'd come home and some or all of my siblings would be visiting and they'd have family dinners without me. Oh, the family dinners they had in restaurants and stuff never included me either. And once my siblings started having kids, I was the default babysitter. If we all vacationed together, I was only brought along to watch kids. Sometimes I was left in the hotel or place we were staying alone and they'd have family time. My siblings would just drop off their kids other times at home and tell me to babysit, and my parents would give them the okay. I was never asked. I know people will ask if I'm not the bio kid of one of my parents, but I'm both their bio kid. 100% confirmed. It's just I came along when they were done and they resent me for it, and my siblings never wanted me. I tried speaking to my parents and my siblings about how I felt, but I'm brushed aside. I never tried writing a letter, but it won't make a difference, and I'm not pouring my heart out like that to have them not read the letter or to toss it in the trash or something. I got so tired of it recently. I've been spending more time at my girlfriend's house and I hang out with her family more. I started to stay there whenever I feel like they might need me for babysitting, and I have refused when told I needed to. On Saturday, they wanted to have a family night out and brought the kids over, but I wasn't home. Mom called and told me I needed to come home and babysit. I told her to let everyone know that they can't use me as free childcare and treat me like shit for being an unwanted pregnancy anymore. I said I didn't have any say in it and I'm not letting them do this to me anymore. Their reaction wasn't pretty, but I have stood my ground, which pisses them all off. Am I the bad person? What do you guys think of this one? Let us know in the comments section, and let's move on to our next story. Case 3. Am I the bad person for not making my kids attend their half and step-siblings' birthdays? I, 42F, have 2 children, 16F and 14M, with my ex, 44M. Our marriage ended because he cheated on me at least 12 times while I was pregnant with our son. More than likely all throughout our relationship and marriage, but I know of those times during my second pregnancy. I told him our marriage was over and we divorced after our son was born. He married one of his other women and that marriage lasted only a few weeks. Then my ex met Janelle. I'm not actually sure how old she is, so I won't give an age. My ex and Janelle got married very fast. Less than a year after his second divorce. She came with her own children and they had some kids together. Ever since they met, they have been on and off, having more kids both inside and outside of their marriage, and moving a lot because of the frequency of their breakups. My kids hated being with my ex for this reason, and they never had a good relationship with anyone in his household, including him. For a long time we had 50-50 custody of our kids, and he didn't always take that time. Sometimes because he was homeless, other times because he was busy with Janelle or some other woman. There were also some occasions where he simply never said why and just didn't pick them up. To the best of my knowledge, he has 7 kids total now, and 4 stepchildren. But those numbers might not be accurate because I don't fully know all the ins and outs of his household or his family now. Our kids reached a point 2 years ago where they said they no longer wanted to go to their dad's house. I asked the judge to change the custody order to reflect that, and for about 6 months there was a transitional period of court-ordered therapy with my kids and my ex to try and fix this. But he didn't show some of the time, and that was enough to make the judge say the kids could choose visitation or not. They have chosen not to go to their dads, and I support this. They really don't have anything to do with him or the other children. This didn't appear to be a problem until recently when my ex called and told me he wanted them to come to his 10-year-old's birthday party, and he said they needed to start showing up to the other kids' birthdays, and there have been questions about where our 2 are and why they never see them. I didn't make him any promises that the kids would be there because I never intended to make them go if they didn't want to, which they didn't. They said they really don't want to see the other kids or be there for their birthdays. That 10th birthday was a few weeks ago, and my ex has reached out repeatedly and called me disgusting for not making our kids go to show love to their step and half siblings. He told me that's a relationship that needs work, and I told him I won't force it and he needed to stop contacting me about it. He sent me a video of the birthday child crying and said that was how sad they were over the kids not coming. I have no way of knowing if that's true or not. He followed up with another video of some kids saying they missed my kids and to come home soon. I got an unknown number text, who I assumed was Janelle, telling me to stop being such a petty and heartless bitch and make the kids be there for all their siblings. I have documented everything but have not responded more, and there have been more texts. Am I the bad person for not making my kids go? You've sat down, you've listened. Now, it's time to state your ruling. What is it gonna be? Let us have it down in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more cases like these. In life, we may run, but we can never hide from true justice. Stay safe, everyone.